another this video. I'm Connor. Today we're joined with Greeny Productions. You can find him down below. He's made this video. We've got a cool movie coming out soon. Stay tuned for that.
Also known as Aiden.
What's known as Aiden?
Yeah, the guy that also runs his channel sometimes.
Which is great. We're doing a podcast on Walking Dead and Doctor Who because obviously that's what I know quite a lot about.
And when we do podcasts, we'll sort of talk about anything.
Anything, really. Yeah.
Like
so
how's the weather?
there we go. Yeah. How is it's pretty hot. It's been really hot.
Yeah,
it's
has.
so hot. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Facebook.
Hey.
Connor, how you feeling for today?
Mate, glorious.
So today is the premiere, I guess, of Doctor Who Series 11. But we're pumped, we're going to see it at the cinemas, aren't we? It's kind of tradition these days. It's pretty packed. Alright, we're back after that premiere. Hey! So now, what we do, if you want to hear our thoughts on it, you want to check out this podcast with these mics, right? So at the end of every episode of this season, me and Connor, that guy, are going to sit down, chat a bit of shit about Doctor Who, and just gonna have a laugh about it, review the episodes. It's gonna be fun, right? Why not? We love doing it. So you're rolling?
I am rolling.
Alrighty, Connor.
I'm ready to roll.
Connor, you've got 15
Yeah.
seconds. Give us your best pitch for what the show is.
What? 50% Doctor Who podcast?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is it?
You got 15 seconds. Quickly.
It's a complete best podcast that we've ever done. It's the pitch for the podcast. It's going to be great. Is this going on the thing?
Yeah, this is part of it. This is the start. This is the opening.
I didn't know.
Do you want me to restart? Do you want me to?
Yeah. Jeez, that is okay. Go.
Okay.
That so threw me off.
There we go.
50,
Wow. What a blast from the past.
Amazing.
100 episodes, every
Let's
pod.
go! Let's go!
Let's do it.
We did it.
Little flashback for you there.
That
The journey
was
so far.
absolutely amazing. I loved it.
Well, I'm glad.
What a lovely little video there
Lovely little
about
surprise.
the past and the present. Amazing.
And now we're moving forward
To the future.
That's right, 100 episodes of the podcast today.
Yeah.
We're here celebrating, having fun. We've got some drinks. We want to talk about Day of the Doctor, because that's obviously the big
What a great
anniversary
episode to talk
special.
about.
Exactly. It's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. You know, it wouldn't be a 100th episode if it wasn't... Oh, hold on. I need to film this from another camera angle. Hold on. It wouldn't be a 100th episode,
Yep.
a celebratory episode,
Yep.
if we didn't have some form of champagne to start things off. Oh my god, what is going on over there? What the fuck is this? Christ, what is that? What? Connor, would you like to grab out some glasses?
No way.
Some champagne?
That's awesome.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, this is so cool.
It's lovely, right?
Wow, we.
That's
Oh, wow,
awesome.
We are being...
Freshly chilled, dude. No, this is the cheap shit.
I'm being absolutely treated tonight.
It's the cheap shit. Don't
We
worry.
love Blue Top. Monopole.
Everyone's favourite.
Hell yeah, let's go. This is awesome. That's so cool, that little thing. This is what you ordered on the internet?
No, that's still to come.
Oh, okay.
That's still to come.
Interested.
Yeah.
This is sick.
That's just a little bit of...
Shall I top you up?
Yeah, get us straight in there. Do you like
Okay.
champagne at all?
Yeah, I dabble.
Yeah, I dabble. It's
I
like
dabble.
a Christmas
It's not-
thing for me, I think.
Yeah, it's not. It's a celebratory. This is how you know I don't have champagne. Look how badly poured that is.
That's alright.
But I do have it occasionally. Normally at the end of the night when I've run out of booze and I still my parents' champagne because I still want to keep drinking.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's pretty much where it ends with me.
Madness.
But yeah, that's That was awesome. What a start.
What a start,
The
yeah.
emotions. Wow, look at that. That's a terrible. Don't catch me as a bartender, folks. I think that's terrible.
Yeah,
What a lovely
it's
start,
right.
though. It's very... The emotions are kicking in. Did you think we'd make it to 100?
I don't know. I don't know if I ever thought we'd make it to 100 without missing a week. You know, that's the big thing, I think.
What an achievement. I was thinking about that today. I was like, fuck, what an achievement that is. 100
Cheers.
episodes in a
Shall we
fucking...
cheers?
In a row almost.
Let's see how this is. This was the cheap shit we just had around the house.
Okay. That's good.
That's
It's nice.
it's all right.
I normally drink cheap champagne anyway, so it's
So
kind
it's
of
fine.
It's kind of what I'm used to. I wouldn't know what a good bottle would taste like, so
Fair.
I feel like a good bottle of champagne would be wasted on us. We had a bottle of Moet once on our celebration, and I was like, is it good? I mean, I'm sure it is. I
That's
mean,
me
it
with-
tasted nice, but I'm like, do I really notice a difference? Not really.
That's me with literally every wine.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. We did a wine tour with friends like a month ago, and it was all different wine, like
And
a
you're like,
lot. Like, we
tastes
had like
the same.
25 different wines.
Shit.
And
Yeah.
it all either tasted fine or like shit. Couldn't tell you what the difference was between them though. That's the big thing.
I've done a similar thing, and yeah, man, I'm not really. I'm like, it tastes the exact same. I don't even like wine much. It didn't change my. Didn't really change my opinion. Like, wine is one of the things I just can't really get into. Wine and gin is two things I can't really get into.
I had gin once
so-
or twice and it's been alright.
Oh god, fuck! My mum loves gin, and I'm like, ugh. I feel like with peace and love, it's something that older-ish people drink,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll get there one day, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
That's literally from this episode. So there you go. Great reference there.
If you want to get around the hype of the podcast or whatever, you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at 50doctor. And we must say, it's like essential viewing to watch the video of this episode.
Yeah, you got to.
It looks pretty. There's
got
all
to.
sorts of multimedia things that are going to be popping up throughout the episode. This is like a talk show episode of the show, right? We've got all sorts
Yeah,
of stuff happening.
there's some cool stuff. There's some cool surprises. There's some big reveals. There's some stuff that I may or may not say.
Oh. Well, depending how drunk Connor gets.
I'm like, Aiden, edit this out tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a really big one. Here's something I heard from Dylan. He said once that whenever we do it in person, I always watch the video. If it's through Zoom with peace and love, I listen to the audio on like Spotify or
That's
something.
fine. That's totally
and
fair.
that's our plan now, is that we're gonna try and do it in the same room together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
COVID didn't mess it up.
It didn't. We're
I
good.
was so worried that it would mess it up, but we're actually here together, which
We
is
are
so
here. And we're going to the
important.
pub afterwards as well.
We are. We're going to the pub afterwards. Celebratory
Awesome.
drinks.
This is my first drink in 2 weeks.
Congratulations. That's a hell of an achievement.
Yeah, as everyone would know from how much we talk about it, we both do drink a bit. So I took a few weeks off just to fucking get my bearings on life a little bit. And now hopefully...
You got sharper.
Yeah, well, honestly, it's amazing how much it does affect your mood. Like, just throughout the day, even on a day that, like, I wouldn't drink anyways or whatever.
Yeah.
I just feel more positive, way more energy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've
like,
heard that, yeah.
my watch has, like, a body battery that, like... So it senses how much you charge up through the night and things like that.
Right.
And if I'm on the bevs, it'll go up to like 40% on a night's sleep. But at the moment, it's going up to like my body's 90% charged. So it does make a big difference.
Yeah,
It
okay.
does.
Wow. Yeah, I hear it makes you a lot sharper. I think the most I've taken off is a couple of days. So
Yeah.
maybe soon I'll try it.
I think
Maybe.
it's worth doing just to see the difference and how much it might help you.
Yeah, and it's nice to know you can stop sometimes.
Exactly, because
It's a
sometimes
good,
it's like
it's a
what
good
vicious
thing.
cycle.
It's a good thing to know.
50th anniversary. Like we said, that's what we're talking about today. This beautiful bad boy I got in the Steelbook. So let's do a little bit of an intro as to what is the Day of the Doctor? What is it? Well, the Day of the Doctor is a special episode of the British science fiction television program Doctor Who, marking the program's 50th anniversary. It's no 100th episode, though, is it?
Yeah, I know. Get around it.
It was written by Stephen Moffat and was shown on BBC One, of course, on the 23rd of November 2013 in both 2D and 3D. It was on the movies. It was broadcast simultaneously around the world. Madness. We'll talk about our experience watching it shortly.
Yes.
It's the 77-minute episode that shows the last day of the Time War, in which the War Doctor, John Hurt, chooses to kill both Daleks and his own race of Time Lords to end the destructive conflict, paralleling this with a present-day choice by paramilitary unit. Fucking Clara's there, David's there. You get the. You've seen the episode.
A few people are there.
There's a few people in there. There's
Yeah.
a caretaker not the caretaker, the curator.
Curator, Kate Stewart's there. Osgood.
Osgood is introduced, which was lovely.
Introduced, yeah. Ingrid Oliver, I believe her name is, yeah.
She is, yeah.
Cool. The Zygons are in it. A really
First time since...
in a while, yeah.
79 is when he leaves. 70, when does he start? 63, 73, 74, 75, since 76, I want to say.
Wow.
First time since 1976.
Wow.
Zygons, it's a weird one because they've always been such an iconic villain, but they only ever had one classic Who story. They've only been in it once.
And it's similar to something like the Sea Devils, so only had like 2.
Yeah, I think they've had 2. I think. Yeah.
It's weird how they bring back these villains that are iconic, even though they only had like a couple episodes. But you can say the same thing about
impact, you know?
Yeah, you can say the same thing about Weeping Angels. I guess there've only been a couple, you know. So yeah,
they were instantly iconic.
Yeah. Wow.
Madness.
Well,
so we're going to be talking about this story down the line. Yeah. So obviously Moffat, head writer at the time, wrote it. Directed by Nick Huran, a man who ran.
Yep.
He has directed a few episodes of Doctor Who, The Girl Who Waited, The God Complex, Asylum of the Daleks, and The Angels Take Manhattan, as well as The Day of the Doctor, of course. On Sherlock, he did His Last Vow and The Lion Detective. So,
I love both of those episodes. They're like some of my favorite episodes of Sherlock.
Really well directed episodes, hey? Yeah. And his Who episodes are all pretty strikingly good-looking episodes as well. And most of them are just... none of those episodes are shit, you know?
Yeah.
But Girl Who Waited and God Complex in particular... 2 of the 3 standouts in Series 6.
I love them, yeah, fantastic.
So that's great. That's good shit. Yeah, we'll get onto that episode shortly. There's also, of course, on an episode where we have so much stuff to talk about already, there's a few things just worth the discussion out there. So we'll talk about a few of those things now, and then maybe later in the episode we'll come back and talk about a few more of those things.
Okay.
First thing I want to say, talking of directors, so this all could just be a rumour, but... Scrolling through a little bit of Twitter.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
That, in April, the 60th anniversary, the series, whatever's happening next year with Russell T Davies at the helm, is happening. And look, it might just be a coincidence, but Rachel Talalay, everyone's favourite director,
Everyone loves her.
is on her way to Cardiff, Wales, as we speak. No, I think she's already there.
I think she's there.
Yeah, I think she's there.
She's here as we speak. And look, she's there.
Mid-March, as we're filming this now.
Yeah.
A few weeks prep, ready to shoot for April.
Director's prep.
That's,
They direct and they prep.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. That's what they get paid to do. Yes. That's why she's there. Okay.
So, could she be in the 60th anniversary kind of talk?
I hope. She would be, if you could pick a director, I would pick her to do it. She's clearly a fan favourite.
She deserves it.
She deserves it. I feel like Russell was the kind of person who would listen to the fans and be like, we know how much this director means to you. I feel like it would bring people who decide to stop watching in Jodie's era, like it would bring back people from like, say, Peter's era. Bringing back an old director. Look, maybe it's going to happen. I hope so. I mean... There's no such thing as a coincidence, Aiden.
Yeah, and there's a lot of coincidences going on in Cardiff at the moment.
There is a lot of coincidences.
So we'll talk about a couple of other things that...
Let's do it.
This all goes into the realm of speculation. But obviously, David was just doing Good Omens. Immediately after finishing, he dyed his hair back to the brown. Which, that could mean nothing, right?
The man just likes brown hair.
Something else, though, with David is he doesn't usually have his sideburns grown out too much. Except when he did Who. And he's regrown those sideburns.
Okay,
just saying. Look, we're speculating it. We're speculating. Another big one is let's put a side-by-side on the screen of Peter Capaldi, like a month apart or so. I don't know exactly how long these photos are taken apart.
Yeah.
But he's suddenly looking awfully doctorish. Am I right? Speculation.
Yes.
But it is quite like... and I know Pete has said he doesn't want to do a Molly Doctor story. Like, the more you do it, the more they're not great. But I feel like he said that before Russell was back. Russell being back, he knows it's going to be good. And also, like, just because it's not his favorite thing to do in the world, like, he knows what it's like to be a fan watching Who.
Yeah.
I feel like he would still do it, even though it's maybe not his favorite thing to do.
I think it could be true. I do. I genuinely do. And look, I literally just before I came out, I liked a picture of Russell's in Cardiff. Like they're
well
there.
into prep now.
He's prepping. Why? Here's the thing. Why would Rachel Talala, who lives in America, go to Wales?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a really big. But how do we? Is there actual proof that she is there, or is it just a rumor?
I think she posted something on Instagram. I could be talking complete bollocks. But
I heard it too. So I'm sure.
All in the grapevine.
Everything on the internet's true.
Yeah, of course.
But
we read out stuff from Wikipedia,
and that could be edited by anybody. So but yeah, I don't see why she would go to Wales.
Yeah. Not just
I like Wales. I've been,
but only for Doctor Who. That's why I went to Wales.
I went to go to the Doctor Who experience just like you.
Yes, sir.
That's the only reason I went. Also, Gavin and Stacey was filmed there.
Tie into this episode.
Yes, Joanna Page in this episode.
Yep.
Who playing Queen Elizabeth.
It's the first time I've watched this episode since watching Gavin and Stacey.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Yes, so I was a big fan of Gavin and Stacey going in. Yeah.
I gotta say, I think Gavin and Stacey's pretty shit. I'm just gonna put that out there.
The first person I know, I love that show.
I think it looks. Okay, look, it looks cheap as shit.
The Gavin Stacey 50% podcast.
But I gotta say, you can't hold that to them first 3 seasons, right? Because obviously, back in like early 2000s BBC, that's what you got, and like there's an authentic nature to it. But I watched the Christmas special. Christmas just
2020
gone.
special, isn't it? 2019?
I think it's 2019. I think.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I watched it this last Christmas because it's only just been available on streaming in Australia.
Yes. Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, fucking hell! It's like the BBC just decided to whip out like the shittest camera operators, the shittest cameras they have. Like it looks fucking garbage, and I'm like, you're making this in 2019, right? And it still looks garbage. And James Gordon's so shit in it, like, and I think the first season of Gavin and Stacey had a bit of merit. I liked it. Second season was like, we're juicing it a bit, but it's fine. Third season has the most backward morals ever. I think it's genuinely fundamentally wrong what they do in it. Like having James Corden stop because from memory, the guy that Ruth Jones was marrying at the aisle was just a nice guy, right?
Not really.
Wasn't? Okay.
Dave Coaches, not really.
I don't remember. But I just remember watching it. And James Corden, after being the worst boyfriend ever and shit like that, running down the aisle and stopping the wedding.
And it stops, yeah.
I was like, that's dick. Like, that shit should not be fucking encouraged.
Wow.
It's not romantic.
Wow.
It's just wrong. Okay?
I absolutely love it. I
think it's shit.
I was going to be the toughest critic on that 2019 special, so if it's not anywhere near as good, I'm going to hate it. I thought it was fantastic. I loved it.
I like the last half of it.
I never watched it for like fucking camera movements and stuff.
No,
like,
I know that's not why you watch those shows, but I was just looking at it and I was like, it does look cheap. And I felt like some of the characters didn't quite find their footing until later in the episode.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like the performances, I don't think they're quite ace. I did enjoy the last half. The first half I thought was garbage.
Wow.
But the last half I thought was alright.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. As much as I dislike James Corden, I think it's such a great show. I've always loved it.
Here's the thing. James Corden's shit in it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The leading man, I don't know his name, and I'm very sorry to say this, but at least in this performance, he's not a good actor.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think he's really crap. I think what's his name was Joanna Page.
Joanna Page, yeah.
She's alright, but maybe because she's acting against.
She had retired from acting, by the way.
Yeah, because
so she had retired and came back.
Yeah.
That was her first role in a few years.
Yeah.
More than a few years, to be fair.
No, this is in general. This is like across the board of the whole show. Like, she's alright.
Fair enough.
But I've seen her act because she's really good in Love Actually.
Yes.
And in Day of the Doctor.
Yep.
I think Ruth Jones is fine, but she gets annoying after.
Wow, you've really
seasons.
Okay. Wow, shit.
I'm not. This ain't the Gavin and Stacey podcast, all right?
Yeah, look, I'm glad, if we agreed on everything, it wouldn't be a fun podcast.
That's right. What do you think of this?
But still, yeah. Very well, I love Pete, so...
The Series 10 Steelbook.
That's sexy as.
This is the next part of my my charade into collecting all the Steelbooks.
How's the Season 9 Steelbook going?
The Series 9 Steelbook is currently... I have been ghosted by the Steelbook manufacturer.
You've been blacklisted, probably.
I feel like they saw my email, so if you don't know... Oh, there we go. A loud beer crack.
By the way, quickly, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's fine.
Everyone has their way of pouring Guinness.
Okay.
Alright? Especially if it's in a can. I don't want to hear any comments about it. Alright? All I got last night was shit about it. And actually on the official Guinness page on
Guinness
Facebook
podcast.
And everywhere, Twitter, internets, interwebs, they say you should pour it in a can in one one continuous pour. I understand if you're doing it on a pump, it's 2. Some people say 3. Some idiots do it in 1. Okay, so no one judge me. Sorry. All right, go on.
You're all good. Okay.
That wasn't wrong. I'm sorry.
No, I know. You sometimes you need to say those things. All right, just gotta get them out.
Enthusiast.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know, I've been chasing down this Series 9 Steelbook, and you know what? I messaged the manufacturers of the Steelbook and was like, surely there's something that you and me, we can figure something out together, you know? And I think I just came off as a crazy obsessed Doctor Who fan, and they were like,
Which you are.
Spam. Yeah, which I am. So that's lovely.
Okay, well, I mean, you never know. You might find it someday. Someone might have it,
That's true.
and they'll be able to sell it to you.
We'll never know.
Sell your body first.
I actually might have some more of that.
Sure.
That's great.
Good.
Yeah.
It's not bad, isn't it?
I'll pour it meanwhile, and I don't have the sting on me, but I'll edit it in post. It's time for Connor's Where Was I When I Watched This?
We have a sting for that?
Yeah, it's lame.
Do we?
Yeah, let's do it. It's
Hey,
time for Where
let's
Was
go.
Connor when he watched this?
Okay, this is definitely the most hyped I've ever been for an episode.
Yeah, this is both of us.
Both of
connected.
like you definitely, I can agree. Like we were both the most excited for this episode ever.
We were.
It was such fucking hype, and I was so keen for it. And for the first time ever, they decided they were gonna simulcast. Is that the word?
Simulcast, yeah.
Simulcast. Yeah, they're gonna basically. So that means basically they're gonna air the episode around the world all at the same time, which is awesome.
Yeah, rather than
Great
just
idea.
a 5 a.m. on iView, we're
Which
gonna watch
is
it live.
what I believe we were getting before this. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
both,
so yeah, it was gonna air. You could watch it at the exact same time in the UK as like around the world.
Madness.
Awesome. But that meant for us it was gonna be about it was either about 3:15 in the morning, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think it was
Something
around
like 3:45.
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous, and we were in year 9, I think. Year 9.
Yes, we were.
Year 9. I was like, let's have a massive night. Okay, we went to go see not Game of Thrones. We went to go see Hunger Games Catching Fire that day. You went there.
I was going to say I've never seen that.
But Declan was with me and Daniel was with me.
Okay,
and
yeah.
those were the two people who
We're along for the ride.
yeah.
Now,
This is where it gets interesting.
I'm going to jump in for a second to
Yeah.
continue telling this story. So, Name of the Doctor. Let's go back to, what was it, May 2013. Name of the Doctor happened. And I was in my class, and obviously, massive twist at the end of Name of the Doctor. Went into class the next day and was like trying to find somebody here likes fucking Doctor Who. Obviously, we'd spoken about it, but you know,
No one else talks
we just
really.
like to talk about it all the time. So when Connor's not around, I need to find someone else that's going to listen to me talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think somehow me and Dan Aid, who friend of the show, he's been on the show quite a few times.
Yeah.
We started talking about it, and so from there, I'd also talked to Dan about Who. Let's fast forward back to like mid-November 2013. Sorry, and Dan, I think I was talking about how me, you, and Declan were going to watch the 50th. And Dan, like, in the most please invite me way possible, was like, I don't have anyone to watch the 50th with. And I was like, oof, okay, tricky one here. Because I know,
Very tricky.
in the most unoffensive way possible, you love your time with your friends.
I
so
do.
when
I
you
still
bring
do.
someone who necessarily wasn't invited in, sometimes there's like a... you want the time that you want with your friends, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't know Dan at the time.
Well, I lack for a better word, hated him. I couldn't stand him at all.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
He's now my best friend, by the way. For context, if no one knows that, I love him to absolute bits now.
So I was like,
You know.
you could probably come, but I'll talk to Connor first. Spoke to Connor. Connor was like, okay, sure. It was like a reluctant yes, if I remember.
It was
right.
a reluctant yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, and then on the night of the 23rd, the first thing that we have of Dan is Dan, for God knows what reason, you live in a 2-story house.
I do, yeah.
Dan decided to not use the front door, but to climb up the balcony into your house.
It's
and
very
Connor
hard to
was there,
explain,
like,
but yeah. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but there's a way to crawl up. Sorry,
there's
Jenny.
not a way. There's not a way to do it. Dan
There-
just somehow did it.
There is a way to do it, but it's insanely difficult. And I can do it maybe with like when I'm on someone's shoulders and like kind of crawl up, but it's really difficult. Well, it's meant to be difficult because you're not supposed to get in by that way. Sorry, actually, to my story before, when I went to go see Catch and Fire, it wasn't with Daniel, only Declan was there.
There you go.
So yeah, me and Dan weren't really talking at all. We spoke a little bit, really didn't get along, but I heard he changed a little bit. So yeah, to him coming to my house and then barely knew him, and then we were upstairs filming. You saw it briefly in that little clip you showed at the beginning. We'll film the day.
And we're
going to
have a full look at this clip down the line.
That's correct. We were. I think you're getting some pickup shots for Dan rocked up, pickup shots like it was some massive production.
So basically,
he couldn't hear us. He knocked and he couldn't hear us, so he crawled up the fucking thing.
Yeah, there's a photo on my Instagram story, Aiden.green_.
There is.
Something like that, of me grabbing Dan's hand off the balcony, I think, from memory.
Because you were like, pose.
Yeah, so at the time, we were filming a trailer for the 50th anniversary.
That was it, yeah.
With Dan and Connor. But we filmed this once Dan had arrived.
Yes. So, well, we were doing something, but he couldn't hear us. We couldn't hear him knocking for some reason, and then he decided not to text anyone, but to crop a thing. And then the son of a bitch literally gets into my house. He's dripping with sweat because he rode his penny board about 30 minutes.
There was a lot of anger built in.
And then he fucking says to me, "Can I use your shower?" And I was like, "Fuck me, Ada. Are you kidding me? You invited this guy over."
Normally is fine, but just the context of it all is just.
It was just. But his thing, I barely knew him very well.
Yeah.
What I did know, we never got along well. He said a few things to me on the hockey field once that really pissed me off. I knew he was a Doctor Who fan.
You really hit that puck bad, Connor.
No, it was about Doctor Who because I quoted Matt Swift and I was like, "I'm from Scotland Yard." And he's like, "You know, Scotland Yard isn't actually in Scotland, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know that." And I was like, "Fuck that, I didn't know that."
No, I hope he doesn't happen to come to my 50th anniversary.
Didn't know that. Yeah, I was like, "Fuck this guy." But anyway, it was one of the best things we ever did because I actually did really connect with him in the night. And well, actually, you and Declan fell asleep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And I remember turning around after... here's a little thing to keep you interested in my review now. But when I first watched this episode, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I was like...
I was like, shit, this sucks. And I remember I faced the TV the entire time. I was on like a swingy chair. I faced TV the entire time, and I didn't want to look at your face because I knew we were both going to be like, "What the fuck was that?" And then I remember turning around when the episode finished. Declan's asleep, you're asleep, and it's just Daniel. And I'll never forget the look he gave me. He was just like, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I remember the sun was literally rising, and he was just like, and I was like, all right. I'm gonna go to bed now. And I literally just stretched out in my chair, went backwards, fell asleep. So you fell asleep. We were filming this Doctor Who 50th trailer. Declan was meant to be in it, but he fell asleep. You can literally see him asleep in one of the shots.
Yeah, you can.
You can see his feet sticking out when he was falling asleep.
Yeah.
Dan had a great camera though. We never had a DSLR, and Dan had a DSLR. I think it was a 650D or something.
So it's not a great camera. But
back in the day,
so much better than
it
what
was.
Yeah.
And he had a fucking Rode mic, shotgun mic.
Yeah, that was the first time we'd ever worked with audio or anything like that.
This is sick. He had the most amazing setup. So we were like, we have to use this gear to film.
Yeah, and so that's what we did, and we'll watch that clip very, very shortly.
Yeah.
But my experience watching the episode, obviously, I fell asleep about halfway through. Last thing I remember, I think, was when they first went into the Black Archives. I think that's the last thing I kind of remember before dozing off. And I think we tried to watch it again in the morning, but I don't really remember. I don't think we did. I think we watched like a couple of scenes or something.
In the morning, all I remember was Dan thanking my mum like 10 billion times for having us over, and like she didn't even like interact with Dan the entire night.
Please let me come back. Please.
He was like, thank you. Like, Dan used to do this weird thing where he would like thank our parents like a million times.
It's not
like,
weird. It's nice, but it was
one of
those things that was a little much.
It's polite, and we used to do that. Like you, me, and Dag used to say thanks for having us over, but Dan would say it like 10 times.
Yeah, it was a little much.
And act like my parents would treat him like royalty when this is the first time they actually met him the entire time.
Yeah.
He would just say it like 10 times, like, oh, thank you so much for having me over. It's just classic dad.
Then, later in the day, I think it was like 4 or 5, me and my mum went together. And my mum, she's not a crazy Who fan, but like, she enjoys it. She doesn't watch it anymore. I think she stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just your daddy watches it now?
Yeah, he's not finished Flux, because he watched it weekly, and he got to episode 5, and he was like, Aiden, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
What the fuck is going on?
And I think that's a problem with Flux. I think it goes very quick, and for the general audience, like my dad,
Just like,
it's really hard to keep up and remember what's going on. But he does want to just binge all of it in one. Is his plan?
I think it's a really good thing to binge.
Yeah, totally.
Like a Netflix show almost.
Yeah. Awesome. But at the time, my mum was like, "Yeah, I enjoy Who," and so me and mum we went and we watched the 3D experience at the cinema. Did you go to the cinema to watch it or not?
I did, and it's one of my my dad and I went, and we went. They did it. They had it shown for 2 days, so you went on the Sunday.
Yeah, I went
believe.
the day that it came out.
Yeah, so we watched it Sunday morning, so Saturday for the UK, and then you went Sunday evening to go watch it, and then I went Monday evening. So they had it for 2 nights, and I think they only had like 4 shows. I think they did 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and 2 on Monday.
I feel like there was 4 on Saturday.
Oh mate, yeah, something like that. But it was only for 2 days.
Yeah,
it was only for 2 days.
I still have
cinema.
the little poster
Awesome.
from the cinema.
Yeah, me too. Oh my god,
awesome.
me too.
So
yeah,
cool.
Packed theater. It was in 3D. It was so great to see it in
hype.
3D. By the way,
I sat down with mum, and like my mum is great. Like she's such like a like she'll laugh at funny shit, and she'll just get invested in an experience, you know. And so like all the cinema intros are happening.
Yeah,
they
are very fun.
We've got you know, Strax coming on, the Doctor's coming on, they're making fun of Matt's chin. And I just remember my mum just constantly looking at me and laughing her ass off the whole way through the intros. And I was like, this is great. Yeah. And I watched these intros before watching this episode.
I did too.
The other day.
Yep.
Did you watch all of it? Like, there's the Strax one, there's the Dr. Matt one, and then there's the Too Many Zodes, including that in the Doctor. Yeah, cool. I watched all those before watching the episode, and like, I was feeling emotional before, more emotional than I was in the episode. You know, I was watching that and I was like, fuck, this was hype, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
This was an experience. And I watched it with my mum and I loved it. I didn't love it that night when I watched it with you, but I fell in love with it with mum. Mum was laughing her ass off the whole way through.
Yeah.
And that was great. I remember like the credits came up at the end and mum was like, yeah, that was great. And I was like, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like, I think when you have those shared experiences with people, they kind of boost things up and, yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. Because I watched it. So I watched it on Sunday night again by myself. Liked it a lot more, but didn't love it.
Yep.
And then I went. My dad surprised me, bless him, and took me to go. I remember I left school. I think halfway through the day as well. And we went to Event in Inaloo, which is near us.
Yeah, that's where I went. For it. Yeah.
Event always do the Doctor Who screens for some reason.
Yeah, not anymore. But I don't think there has been any in a while.
They did.
Talk on that in a sec, though.
Yeah, they did like Women Fed Earth and the pilot.
Weird.
Season 10, episode 1.
I understand.
And I think they showed Twice More Time.
I don't think they did.
I think they did.
Why didn't we go?
It was Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's not a good story. I've got a story. I just remember.
We fucking went to get Deep Breath as well.
Yeah, so we did Deep Breath at Grand Cinemas.
Yes.
And then Event Cinemas.
Yeah, Grant
was for the pilot and the woman who
we got a fucking banging story when Deep Breath comes out about that.
I told that to someone the other day.
Oh my god.
And he lost his shit. Yeah.
I tell my mum that story all the time and she fucking loves that story. We'll get to that. But anyway, there was never... I felt like after going to see Doctor Who in the cinema, it never got better than that experience. I feel like that experience was so lovely. Yeah, I loved that experience. It was all those intros, like some of the other intros they did after that were kind of cringe, like, and the ones they showed in the 50th episode, they were kind of cringe, but they were so funny, and the 3D was actually pretty good. I remember it being pretty good.
I think this episode doesn't make it annoying. Like I watched it in 2D. I've watched it in 3D at home a few times, and like all them times I've been like, oh, it's cool. Like it actually is awesome. But watching it in 2D still is like totally fine. Like, it almost still, you look at some shots and it just feels like there is dimension in the shots.
Yes.
You know, which is great. And that's a lot down to lighting and things like that. And,
yes, yeah.
Because a big thing that me and my DP that I work with most of the time is we really like to create a lot of depth in our shot. And that way you watch things and it really kind of feels 3D in a way.
Yeah.
Without actually being 3D.
Yeah, without being 3D. Yeah. Well, interesting experience. And I remember, so I went to go see it with my dad, and we both really loved it, and it was an amazing experience, because I never rewatched Doctor Who with my dad, and it was really fun to watch that with him. But I'll distinctly remember this woman behind me who just would not stop talking the entire way through, and she would just, wherever she was thinking, she would just say it. But I knew I was in for a good time when she sat up behind me, and she said extremely loud to her friends, this better be good. And then there's a scene in the episode where one of the unit soldiers gets like, well, not a soldier, like a scientist, gets a phone call, and he's like, but that's not possible. I was just talking to you. Why would I move it there? And she couldn't have more loudly gone, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then like when like 30 minutes later it gets revealed, then she had to go, because you remember when he got, you did, okay, because he got the thing before, and now it could, I didn't know, I did, and I'm like, and then it finished, and she was like, that was really good. And I was like, I felt like I lived her experience as well behind me. She just vocally was saying everything. But I remember the theater experience being, because I was like, how many people here have actually watched it like me? Yeah. I'd seen it twice at that point. And I was like, I don't know how many people have watched it. I wonder if people were like, had seen it and maybe they won't laugh as hard at the jokes. Yeah. But, Pat Theatre, people were laughing, loving it. It was great. It was such an amazing, and to see actually in the theatre, you know, when you walk up the theatre and you see like posters, to actually see the 50th anniversary poster was amazing.
I was going to say, we would be at the cinemas watching another movie, and the trailer, like literally at Grand Cinemas, the trailer for the 50th would come on, and like I know that stuff happens. You know, I don't want to say frequently in the UK. But significantly more than it happens in Australia. Like,
that never like happens here.
It's crazy. I do miss the days of cinema screenings of Who. I feel like we might get something for the 60th.
I hope so.
But like, you know, even just like the BFI screenings they do, whenever there's a collection set released, the Blu-rays for Classic Who, they do a screening of one of the stories at the cinema at BFI in London.
That's right, yeah.
And what I would give to go to one of those. Yeah. Like, I would pay
you'd love that.
Not enough. I wouldn't pay enough for a flight there for a day to watch it. But I was kind of like thinking, because Nick and I want to go back to the UK at some point.
Yeah.
And so she can meet my family over there and stuff. And I'm kind of like, if I can tee up a London experience with the BFI, I'd love to do Time Fracture there as well.
Like, we're going anyway.
Yeah. Oh, if it's on and we're there, 100% I'm going. Yeah. I want to. My thing is I want to see something at the BFI because I've been to London 3 times in the past like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Been lucky enough to be able to do that, and I've done all the touristy shit. So now I'm looking for that more niche shit. And the BFI, I know like, why can't I think of his name? I literally Ted Lasso. The podcast I listened to, Films to Be Buried with. Brett Goldstein. I can't believe I just blanked his name.
Yeah.
He, like, once a year does a BFI special. Mark Commode does a BFI special very frequently. Like, I want to see something at the BFI. Okay. And if it can be a Doctor Who collection set release, then that would be awesome.
You mean the 50%
BFI
special?
One day. Episode 200.
Just really quick, I remember the only other thing they trailer showed at the cinemas for me that I remember was they showed the season 8 trailer, but I believe it's because they were gonna be they showed Deep Breath at the cinema.
Yes,
so it's the only other time I saw a Doctor Who trailer at the cinema. But you're right, it's such an amazing experience. So we've gone to the cinema to see Doctor Who 4 times then?
Yes, because it was
Day, Deep Breath,
the
pilot,
and the Woman Who Fell
to Earth. Yeah.
They did, I remember, Grand Cinemas did a screening for Power of the Daleks, the animation.
That's right.
Which I never saw because at the time I was like, Classic Who?
Who cares?
Bit of that.
Not me.
Yeah. And they never did it again after that. So I feel like everyone did that.
Let's hope they do something again for like the 60th. And yeah, it's very fun.
Well,
it's very fun.
Leads me on to my next. Oh, fucking the segues, man. They're coming. The next thing that I want to say
episode.
Is there's a rumor.
Smash that fucking like button. Subscribe.
Follow us. Give us a 5-star rating. Nothing less.
It's a 5-star podcast on Spotify, guys. Come on, what do you expect?
There is a bit of a. It's pretty much confirmed without being confirmed that the 2 Doctor Who movies, the Peter Cushing films, are being re-released at cinemas by Studio Canal. Now, there's a big chance this is only a UK thing, and they're being done as a double bill. There's a big chance that this is just a UK thing. But if there is not, if it does happen to show in Australia,
we go.
You bet I'm pulling Connor along. We're watching them, and you're gonna get a fucking.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it because I do want to do that.
We can even do like a bit of a bonus vlog or something for the
something
channel.
for it,
yeah, that'd be awesome to go along with the podcast episode. That'd be sick. Yeah, okay.
So in the UK, you're pretty much definitely getting some form of a release of that. Like it's pretty much
lucky
confirmed.
bastards.
You lucky bastards, man.
Australia sucks. Come on.
Australia does. No, it's great.
It's
except
great.
for Doctor Who. Being a
Except
Doctor
when
Who
it comes
fan
to Doctor Who stuff.
in Perth. Is, like Christopher Eccleston was in fucking Melbourne Comic Con, right?
He didn't come to Perth.
Well, Supernova.
Don't know if
Perth
Mark would
Supernova
let him in.
hasn't been announced yet. Like it's happening. They've got a date, but they haven't announced any guests yet. I don't think.
Okay.
If there is,
Would
even
you go see
a
Eccleston?
100%.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
If there's a classic Doctor, if there's a classic companion, if there's anything
I'd
Who,
go see
I will be
Eccleston.
there. Yeah.
I'll go see Eccleston. That'd be sick. Yeah.
You'll see. I'm bringing you to see fucking Colin Baker if he's there, mate.
Yeah, no. Look, if there's any docky there, we'll go. We'll make a vlog out of it. We haven't gone to a Comic Con since fucking
Alpha Double.
2000. Oh yeah, sorry. I was talking about the other movie before that. That was like 2013, 2000.
I only remember the Alpha Double one.
We went with Dan and someone else we can't name without getting in trouble. We went to Comic Con. Remember that? No?
I do not recall.
You were
this
there?
at all. Nope.
Yeah, you were there.
Do not recall.
You
Can you
were
say the name
definitely
and I'll bleep it out?
Yeah. You, me, and Dan went.
That's so funny. Don't worry. No, we got to talk about this afterwards. We got to talk about
You
this
gotta
afterwards.
be really careful because he will literally fucking kill me.
I don't remember.
Not literally.
I don't remember going with it. Okay, that doesn't matter. But I don't remember that experience at all.
We went. Yeah, so we've been to 2.
Interesting.
The 50% cancelled podcast coming up,
That's
folks.
getting cancelled.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Did you talk to he who shall
No,
not be named?
not at all.
Interesting.
No, yeah, that went
Yeah.
fucking downhill massively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
and
After this
and I
podcast, I
blame
gotta
you.
show you something.
Actually, you and Declan.
That's fine. Look,
Woo!
yeah. Let's talk about
Getting
that.
controversial
It is
on
so-
the podcast.
I can't believe how
Come
much of
on.
a dick I was, but we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well, look, we're all going through puberty. It's a strange time, folks.
Yeah, look, it goes both ways. I'll also say that. But
it does, yeah. Everyone's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Day of the
Cheers.
Doctor. Cheers, man. Nice
Cheers. God bless.
one. This is good champagne.
It really, you know what? Who cares if it's like cheap? That's good for me because I can buy more and then you get a lot out of it and it tastes good.
I don't think we're making it to the pub.
Yeah, it was like,
I think I've not eaten a lot today, and also, like I said, I've not drunk.
yeah, you were
2
like, I'm
weeks.
getting food at the pub.
Yeah, I'm getting dinner at the pub. Are you getting dinner at the pub?
I might, yeah. I had nanas there. I tried some plant-based meat there, and it was terrible.
I think this one might
So you know,
just send me.
that's good. Really? I only got like 6 beers down there.
I'm feeling it. All right, I got the beers in case I didn't like the champagne. All right, let's slow down on the booze for a sec.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take a stroll down memory lane. We've got 2 videos we're going to watch throughout the course of this show.
Well, that's good.
That is good, isn't it? That's lovely. And the first one that we're going to watch is what we were just talking about, the Day of the Doctor trailer.
Oh god, this is so cringy.
You're going to see it now, and we're going to talk about it.
I'm the Doctor. I'm 903 years old. I'm from the planet Gallifrey of the constellation of Castabris. I'm the man that's going to save your lives and the 6 billion people below. Got a problem with that?
Yes, there may be a problem.
10? 11? Your hair is so long. Unlike it. We've been running all our lives.
Ready to save the world?
How long's he?
Geronimo. Gallifrey's back. And so are its villains.
Shit, did we think that
Did
the
we
Master
do- yeah.
was going to be in it or something? I don't know.
Were we ahead of time on the old end credit scenes, or they've been done?
I think we started it. No, I'm kidding.
We must
2013.
have. We must have.
There would have been.
We must have started it.
Marvel like boomed in like 2012, 2013. So
Yeah,
they-
that's definitely that's embarrassing.
I don't have a lot to say on it, but it was funny.
A lot of ADR.
There is all of the audio was recorded.
We recorded it. For some reason, the next day we all recorded it into like a Dan's shotgun mic, his Rode mic.
And I remember
weird.
that TARDIS effect. I think that holds up. That little.
That's cool. Yeah.
And like, it's not obvious that the cabinet is actually on legs, and then it's got that big what you saw.
Yes.
And so when Connor jumps out of it, obviously he couldn't jump out of a cabinet that was this high and this fucking big. And I think we cut it pretty well that you didn't notice it.
There's some good editing in there.
It's a lot of fun.
It's
bad.
good. It's like it's not great. Two things to say. You can see Declan, like you said, sleeping in it when we're walking out. Or you can see Aiden's feet in the mirror when we're standing on the balcony.
Yeah, in the glass on the balcony.
It's pretty funny. You might see the doorknob to the bathroom is a bit fucky. That is still not fixed.
There we go. Facts.
Nearly 10 years later. I've tried to fix it and it's just not doing it. That's it was all ADR. And by the way, why does it sound like we're whispering so much? Because I didn't want my parents to hear that we're filming a Doctor Who trailer video, because they're in the same upstairs level when I was filming that ADR for that. So I was
that was funny.
So I'm like 10, 11. That's why I was doing it so quietly.
I see.
Sounds like we're whispering. So
Yeah. Now, all right, okay. We got another video we'll do a little bit later in the episode. We should probably start talking about Day of the Doctor. I don't think we need to dive too deep into it, but let's. Broad strokes, we got Matt and David back.
Yep.
That's great. I remember just randomly waking up one night at like 2 a.m. and just feeling an urge to check my phone, which is not something I do at night time when I wake up. And I just was like, I need to check my phone. And I checked it. And what came up as soon as I opened my phone was David Tennant and Billie Piper returning for Doctor Who 50th anniversary. Didn't sleep for the rest of the night. There you go.
Yep.
And so they're all back. Great. I kind of like... Part of me wishes we didn't know Billy was back, because I feel like this is a great role for Billy. But because we were like, Rose is back, we were expecting the big Rose stuff.
Everyone thought it would be in the timeline of them traveling together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it was a shame that it was kind of hyped like that, but it wasn't actually...
Especially when you say they're coming back together.
Yeah,
it was like a big thing that everyone thought they were
and it was the classic season 2 posting them at New Earth and stuff like that. That was the photo they were using,
Yeah.
So that was a shame, but...
I forgot she was in it until I started watching it and the credits came up with the opening credits. I was like, oh yeah, she is in this. It's because she doesn't play Rose, I think. It just, you kind of forget. But not in a bad way, but,
I think it's good she didn't play Rose, because she ended with a good ending, right?
It's the moment.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. And I like how she even says, like, I'm from your past, your present, or your future.
Yeah.
Perfect. I actually think that's really cool. That it would make sense that Rose is in the Doctor's... consciousness almost.
Sure.
That she would be the bad wolf,
The big bad wolf.
Yeah, I think it's awesome actually.
Yeah. What do you think of Matt this episode?
I think this is a lot of pressure on an actor to be the leading Doctor in the 50th, and I think that's exact same thing would go for like even Jenna, and I think Stephen as well. I think Matt is really great in this episode.
Nice.
He's really, really great.
He is good, isn't he?
Yeah.
I gotta say though, like, he never did anything that pissed me off. There's the odd episode here and there we've spoken about during the course of this podcast that Matt can just, like, his performance can just go a little bit overboard or something. But there was nothing in this episode that pissed me off in that way. But I also don't think there was anything that stood out. And I think that comes to part of my problem with this episode, right? I do enjoy the 50th. It's a good watch. I think overall, structurally, it gets a little stale in the middle, I think. It gets a little slow, and not much is happening. And I think what this episode is missing is a little bit of an emotional weight. Because it's not an emotive episode. And it's like, yeah, it's meant to be fun, and you got all the celebration of the show, but it's like, we had Matt struggling, like, not in the name of the Doctor at the end of Name of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's missing a moment of the Doctor being like, no, you were the Doctor that, like, ruined me. I don't want you to be here. I don't want to remember you. It misses just, like, an emotional scene to pull you in on the heartstrings, It's got the fan service stuff. It's got all that stuff down. But it just misses an emotional core, I think.
That is so funny you should say that. That is the exact reason why I disliked it when I first watched it, because
Sure.
it was the War Doctor, who I really like now, by the way, and I think John Hurt is
John Hurt
fantastic.
is incredible.
He's really great in it.
God bless that man.
But yeah, rest in peace, obviously. Sorry. Sorry, you know, like, I watch Howard Stern show, and like there's someone coughs in the mic still, and they always yell at him for like having 30 years on radio and still coughing in the mic. So I always cough to the side, even though it's so distracting.
Good.
Shout out to Baba Booey. Yeah. Anyway, what always annoyed me when I first watched this, and at least a couple of other times, was that the War Doctor I always thought is like he's kind of like, especially when he first meets David and Matt, he's quite silly. He's very light-hearted. He's kind of like a kind old man. And I was convinced, I don't know if this is just my fault, but I was convinced that when they hyped him up, when they showed him the trailers, when we heard the script of the episode, that this was a Doctor that was just born to be a killer.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a storyline with that he was just bad. Like he was
bad
morally just bad. And I feel like that's not what we got. And that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
When I watched the episode, when I first started tuning into it, to watch the first time, I genuinely thought it was going to be like Matt and David versus...
I'm the bad guy.
Bad guy.
Duh.
Turns out, that's not what we got.
Yeah.
And that threw me off massively.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Like, that does... I'm curious what that would be like, you know? It's one of those things where you kind of don't want the Doctor to be a bad guy, but that could have been a good source of conflict, you know? Yeah, I just think you need, like, a scene to make you feel that emotion. I mean, you don't need to, but, like, I think for me, that's what it's missing, you know? David has so many good moments in his era where he gets to, like, break down, and you read so much about the character at that point.
Yeah.
And then Matt gets a few of those moments, and they're great, and I just felt like this being such a big part of that, and such a big part of what Series 7 was leading to, excuse me, it just felt like it really kind of does miss something. And in that middle act, when they first meet, I feel like, not necessarily when they're in the bush, but I think when they're stuck in the room.
The bush. It's like the woods. The bush is the outback in Australia. G'day,
when they're in
docs.
the bus, good day.
What are you cunts doing out here?
You're the Doctor we don't talk about. Yeah, I am the fucking Aussie one.
Yeah, cunt. What's up?
I'm from the K9 TV series.
The one you all forgot about.
Oh, dude.
The outback.
Yeah, when they're off in the woods, I think it's fine. It's fun. Good introduction. But when they're breaking down the character inside of that cell, and there is moments where they're like, how long does it take for you to forget? And stuff. And those moments are good, but I think they just missed... I think they just needed something a little bit more emotional push through. That being said, I love this episode.
Yeah, it's so good.
I just think the second act, you know, I get a little bit checking my phony kind of thing, you know, like...
Yeah, there's even like this line at the end of the episode where Matt's like, you were the Doctor on the day it was impossible to get it right. And I'm like...
That's beautiful.
And I'm like, that's such a beautiful line. But I'm also like, you know, okay, it really took you that long to... Did it take you meeting yourself again to realise? Could you not have realised that already?
Totally.
Like, come on. Like, I understand. And it's a very good way of looking at your own life when sometimes you feel like you didn't handle it very well in some situations. But do you really, like, you know, are you really going to, like, it's the extent where, like, they're supposed to hate him so much, but I didn't really feel that hatred come through, especially since John Hurt's Doctor is written to be such a quirky, fun...
He kind of seems like an alright guy.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
like, I don't want to lose a fans. I remember when I heard it the first time, I was like, what the fuck? He was supposed to be killing people. Like,
I think we need to see a little bit more of the shooty bang bang John Hurt.
Yeah.
Which maybe Moffat and the BBC didn't want to show.
Who
For
knows?
Probably
Yeah.
fairly valid reasons.
Oh, there's
but
all those Big Finish audios. I'm sure they was shooty bang bang in it.
shooty pew pew. Born
Bang
up
bang
dogs,
bang
you know?
bang shooty bang bang. Yeah, he was shooty bang bang in it. Yeah.
All right, so Matt's great. Billy's great.
Yeah.
David's back.
Fuck me dead.
Instantly slots back in, doesn't he? He's great.
I love Matt Smith. I love him so much.
Yeah. Wait, Matt Smith or
Fuck
David?
me dead.
Oh, okay.
Is David Tennant the Doctor?
He's so good.
Is
isn't he?
he the fucking Doctor?
And I think that's the thing. He kind
I
of
know
steals
he
it.
does.
He really
does.
does.
He
Like-
really does. I'm sorry, but he does. He is the fucking Doctor.
My eyes are constantly like I'm on Matt,
sorry.
but I'm watching David in the
I
background.
love
you know?
Matt Smith so much.
Yeah,
but
same.
Fuck me dead. Is David Tennant the Doctor?
He
is so good in it, and you're right. Effortlessly sits straight back in.
He does.
Crazy.
I'll be so interested in the 60th to see like who I'm more like
Anime,
engaged
so-
with.
They're back then.
I've just confirmed.
They're
They're
great.
all
They're
back.
back. Aiden drops on the Physical Review podcast. Get the new lines. Daily Mail. Where you at?
But
Come on.
like, if David, Matt, and Pete and Jodie are in
Yeah.
the 60th,
and Paul McGann.
and Paul McGann, then
Yeah.
I'll be curious who my eyes are drawn to the most. You know,
I think
I think Pete or David. It'll be
Pete or
between them,
David.
I think.
Yeah, definitely. Man, you're right though. It's like and I remember the thing that I loved the most when I rewatched this. When I watched this episode the first time was even though I wasn't enjoying it when it cuts to England 1858 or something, and it's like and we get to hear fucking David's score.
Yeah.
Was it The Doctor Forever or something?
Yeah, I
It's
think
something
so,
like
yeah.
that. The Doctor Forever starts playing. And then we just hear Alonzi, and
Yeah.
he just comes out of his TARDIS on a
So
horse,
good, man.
and he instantly jumps into it. I remember I don't think when I first watched that, and every time I don't think my smile could get any bigger
big grins all around.
because this is our like childhood, and to
Totally.
see him come back was and he's so great in it.
Yeah. All right, we've got to do this quick because we've been recording for a while already.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I hate that Clara kind of does fall into this category, but in this episode, secondary characters. Let's go. We got Clara, Kay, Osgood.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of these three?
Fine. Honestly, they're all right. It's cool to see Osgood. We'd already seen Kate. I get what you mean by secondary. Clara's fine in the episode. She's kind of annoying. She's definitely going into that Clara annoying phase, which I'm sure a lot of people get annoyed about. But, I think she goes into that Clara annoying phase. But it was great to see Osgood for the first time. I think she's fun.
She instantly fits in, doesn't she?
She instantly fits in. She's pretty cute as well, which helps.
Yeah, she is.
And seeing Kate again was fun.
Yeah,
it was good.
Kate's good again.
That's my
Even though
review.
she's only had like half an episode,
Yeah,
she instantly fits in. Her and Osgood work so good together.
yeah.
And yeah, I think Clara, that intro with Clara in the classroom, although it's kind of like, okay, she's a teacher now. Yeah, let's just go with this. I think that's great, and I think she's solid in the
Yeah,
episode.
it's Cole Hill, which is fun to see.
Yeah, Cole Hill's back.
Yeah.
That stuff's great. And I guess, we both said John Hurt's great. Amazing. Good
Yeah.
bloke. Top tier. Zygons. What do you think of the Zygons?
I think they're really fun. They're really fun to be put into the episode, but obviously are just kind of like thrown to the side the second their storyline is over.
Yeah.
Though it does set up the whole copper soup painting kind of thing. It does set up the whole thing well, which they use to obviously freeze Gallifrey at the end.
I think without the Zygons, though, there wouldn't be enough conflict. I feel like that's why they were put in, because there's no straight up villain.
Yes.
Because the Daleks and the Time Lords are there, but they're not the villain of the story. That's just all kind of happening in the background.
Yeah.
As is the Zygon stuff. It kind of felt like they were juggling two storylines, and they do come together, which is good. But there's a few moments in there where it does feel a little bit like, what are we doing here? Moffat's like, Time Lord.
Speaking of
trying to balance
Moffat,
it a bit.
I think look, we felt the pressures all day of filming a good 100th episode of the podcast. Okay? This man had to write the 50th anniversary special of Doctor Who whilst writing Sherlock, which again I guess is his own fault because he did take both on at the same time. But regardless,
And we will go into some of the stresses of the writing.
yes,
in
he's
the
notoriously
behind-the-scenes
spoken
segment.
about it. I think, considering all of that, I think that Moffat did a pretty damn good job.
I agree. I think it's well written.
We can never fathom the pressure that
Ridiculous
he went
pressure.
through. Like 50 years of a TV show. I feel like if David said he wouldn't come back, I reckon they'd be in strife though, because David being in it is such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful thing to have him in it. Seeing John Hurt's Doctor, though, like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes his doctor just stands out like a sore thumb. That you're kind of just like, yeah, okay. I guess I can't believe he's the doctor.
It's
I
kind
guess
of, sometimes it's kind of like,
you know,
all right, settle down, Eccleston. You know,
yeah,
because it was.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
It's kind of odd where you get this idea that you're supposed to just believe now that the doctor's always known this other. Doctor's always been there, and you as an audience are supposed to just accept it.
I don't really have a problem with that.
It does work, but sometimes you're kind of just like, okay,
I'll fly with it.
I think it's good though. I honestly think it's probably it could have been so much worse, and I really do think it's great.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put a little bit some characters before we talk a bit more about the production.
Mm-hmm.
Daleks and Time Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Daleks, I think, were great. I never really said about the Zygons. I did enjoy the Zygons. I think the design looks good.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, the Daleks, I think they're a great presence. I like that they're not the villain because we don't need more Daleks.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
It's
They're not
nice that
really.
they're
just
part of the story, and seeing them blow up, but actually with a bit of budget behind them is nice. And the Time Lords, seeing a bit more of that war, seeing the natives of Gallifrey running around and stuff, that stuff was awesome. And seeing the Time Lords struggle with the war and being like, we're fucked. I think that was kind of cool. Although it is weird going from last time we saw them was the end of time, and they're kind of like, we will destroy the universe, and then in this they're just kind of like, oh fuck, and Daleks.
Definitely a hatred against the Doctor to the extent where
they don't feel good about
call
him,
him a madman, and it's like the last case scenario is to trust him. We'll trust all 13, not 12, Aiden. All 13.
Pete's in this episode. What a great cameo.
I watched that scene about 3 times.
All 13!
That scene I have to watch about 3 times.
It's so good.
Oh, fuck, I love it.
Dude, that, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's...
So good.
All the Doctors coming in. It's like Endgame before Endgame was a thing, you know?
Come on, stand aside Anthony and Joe Russo.
Even though it's past footage of all the other Doctors, it still just feels so good.
I don't care.
And I Am the Doctor is a great piece to go with it. Murray brought back some great scores in this episode. I would have been keen to maybe see a bit more of a fresh theme, like a good piece of score that's just for the 50th. That's used a few times, and it would have been nice. And we never really got anything like that. But yeah. So you like the Daleks and Time Lords and all that?
Yeah, good stuff. You know, it's like you're right. They don't really feel like the villain, but they kind of it's almost like a flashback scene because it goes back to the Gallifrey Falls or No More, the painting, the oil paint, which I think is a really awesome, and it's in 3D.
And it was
when it is in 3D,
awesome.
and it looked 3D in the oil paint, awesome. I think that's also out really well. Man, I'd love a TV show like the Time War or something like that. There's so much to explore.
I think the Time War is a little overdone now.
I'd love to see something though. It's called. I remember watching it first time, being like, "Wow, we actually finally get to see the Time War actually happening." Or like a book or a comic, or I would like to explore it. I would like to see it explore a little bit more. I'm glad they didn't overdo it though. Okay.
Yeah, there is.
Well, there you go. I do think it was the right idea not to explore it so well. I think for this episode itself was good that it was more just kind of briefly shown.
Yeah, the final days, just everything being destroyed.
Exactly. The fall of Arcadia.
Fall of Arcadia, man.
Which is mentioned, by the way, in Doomsday.
It is. That was good. Yeah, okay, let's talk about the production, because I think the direction's incredible. I think it looks so nice. It looks stunning. There is some shots in there. The Time War stuff is great. The production design of all the destroyed buildings. I never thought I'd see that kind of thing in Doctor Who.
No,
people being gunned down.
Yeah.
All the production stuff is bloody awesome. One last performance we haven't spoken about, sorry. Although we kind of did earlier. But yeah, Joanna Page. Did you like her in this? After all,
I love her. I think she's great in it.
Yeah,
she's just really great. The whole double Queen Victoria.
Yeah. Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
No, Queen Elizabeth.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Queen Elizabeth
There's
I.
my British history. Yeah. I think she's fantastic. I think she works with David so well. I tell you what though, and the scenes of her and John Hurt and David and Matt, when they are interacting, I think it is really fun. And it is wanky fan service.
But it's great.
But it's really fun.
And when that whole sequence where he's like, "Oh, you fucking hooked up with her."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah. Suckers on the tongue.
Yeah. It's great.
It's great. Yeah.
It really is.
I think she's great in it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I really think that stuff is really fun. You can tell that Matt and David generally do just get along in real life. And it's funny because I watched that little behind the scenes thing from like script to screen, it was called.
Yeah.
And David makes a comment and he's like, I feel like it's down to you though, because I feel like, I'm coming back to your gig. And it's probably an interesting comment on maybe like past Doctors. I've heard you said with like Troughton and John Pertwee, you said, Pertwee. Oh my God!
Not again.
You said that you had a little bit of like conflict almost. You said they had different acting techniques and stuff. Yeah. So I think it's really down to them also being like really cool with each other.
Totally.
And that's amazing scenes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think them two in particular, out of all of the 5 new Who Doctors, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All the 5 new Who Doctors, I think those are the 2 that just seem to like click. And maybe it's because they did the 50th together, so they spent.
We won't know to the 60th who clicks the best. You heard it here first. They're all coming back. Every single one of them.
All of them.
Even the dead ones.
Even as Eccleston says, he'll have to dig them up.
Yeah. When when hell freezes over.
Madness. Yeah, the production, I think, it all looks great. It all sounds great. All the sets are amazing. There is like one wide that looks awesome, but there's like a bit of scaffolding that you can see from the top of the set. Oh, and I've got Zave calling me, who we're about to meet up with in a sec. So let's just answer him very briefly and see how this goes. Hello, Zave. You're live on the show. We're recording episode 100 as we speak.
What, really?
Yeah, so make it quick.
You knew this, Saviour.
I was just wondering how early I can get there.
I'd say still aim for 6:30 because we're bogged down at the moment.
6:30. Fuck.
All right. Can I not make a random guest appearance?
I mean, it'll be an awkward shimmy to get you in.
Fuck,
but,
an hour. Shit.
Yeah, we've got to zoom through this. All right, Zave, we'll see you soon.
I'll be there soon.
Oh God. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, Dan said the same thing. He was like, "Can I make a quick appearance?" And I was like, "Nah, yeah, you have to do that," because we were meant to be up with Dan afterwards as well.
Yeah,
he's like, "Can I make a quick appearance?" And I was like, "Nah, don't do that. It's fine."
But yeah, it all looked great. Poster's great as well. We never said, but posters.
Oh, the poster's cool. And they redid it for
the master storyline.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah, it was.
That was really lame. Yeah, I fucking hate how they did that.
All right. Any last thoughts really on Day of the Doctor?
Wrapping up thoughts?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I'd say Tom Baker's cameo is very beautiful.
Yes.
Kind of brought a bit of a tear to my eye.
Same. That's the one time I was in the episode, I was like, my heart. And especially after watching Classic Who now, it feels different for me.
I think the whole ending with the whole cup of soup thing is kind of dumb and wanky. And I understand it gets kind of like brought back into Pete's era, but not really. It doesn't really get resolved that much. Yeah. Like, it's kind of dumb. I remember watching it first time being like, oh really? They're really gonna like save Gallifrey? Like that's kind of stupid.
It's a big thing for the show to do.
It's a very big thing for the show to do. And it'd been obviously hyped up. It'd been established since Rose in season 1 of the reboot that Gallifrey was gone and destroyed.
I remember at some point I've seen a clip of Russell saying like, yeah, they kind of just retconned what I did in the 50th.
Well, wait till Russell R2D2, Aiden.
Yeah.
Signal.
I don't know, because Gallifrey's blown up. I was telling it to a different guy called Dan, another mate Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Because he stopped watching after series 10. He hasn't watched any of Jodie. He doesn't not like her or anything. He just for some reason just stopped. And I was explaining to him all the time.
Dan, they're all on Stan.
And stuff like that. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, so like Gallifrey gets destroyed. And he's like, but didn't they just bring it back? And I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but...
Yeah, they don't quite know in New Who what to do with Gallifrey, do they?
No. Really quickly, 3 last things. John Hurt regenerate at the end. It's kind of random and very quick.
Yeah.
And she's like, of course.
How good is TARDIS, though?
TARDIS is... I like it. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's kind of weird he just starts regenerating, though, randomly. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I guess he's kind of old. But
yeah, wearing a bit thin. I guess he dies of old age. I don't know.
The first Doctor, but technically Master second, of dying of old age. Second, I really love that David's last line is, I don't want to go.
I was about to say that.
I wonder if they'll do that in the 60th. I don't want to go. Just close the door.
Every time he ends with, I don't want to go.
Every time he's like, by the way, it's the last one coming back. I'm done, all right? I'm done. I did it.
That whole sequence in not the Undergalactic. By the way, Black Archive. There's not enough time to talk about all this shit. There's so much cool shit in there. The Black
Fucking
Archive.
Saviour.
No, but even with that.
No, I know.
Yeah, the the whole curator sequence, and just before that with all the doctors. No, that's great. Oh, fucking even the outside of John Hurt's TARDIS looks awesome.
I do love that.
Kara
that
being
kinda
like, "Do you need a
rustic
moment
look.
alone with your painting?" He's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "All right, see you later." That's also sweet. That's lovely.
My last comment is, I do really love how it wraps up with the whole like we got the career speech, and then we get the Matt speech who's like classes them going, and it's a really
That's beautiful.
But I hate the wax. Is it like almost wax? The
No, well they had actors there, and then they put the faces on the actors.
I hate it.
I love that. I think
hate
that's
it.
sweet. No,
I hate it.
fuck you.
I hate it.
This is
I
great.
hate it. Shit.
It's
Sucks.
Why is
Shit.
I don't know, man. But it's great. It's like Clara sometimes asks me if I dream.
I like that
I know,
bit.
but it is kind of like, why is she asking you if you dream? Anyway,
She always laughs at that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great, and I think it like sets up so well the whole like, I'm going home.
The
long way around. I think that's excellent, and it's what
Epic.
Moffat wants through this episode, which was looking forward.
Where's the epic rap ballads history of Matt and David?
They look so far forward in the future, all the way to 2015 when they bring back Gallifrey.
What? I don't get the joke. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
They're all about, this show's looking forward to the future is what Dave's doing.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, it's about his search for Gallifrey now. And then they find it 2 seasons later.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. There's not enough time in today's episode to do that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Day of the Doctor. There's so
Yeah.
much to talk about. We've missed a whole bunch of things, but it is great. And look, the best thing about our show, what we've heard, is when we don't talk about the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, excellent. What we're going to watch now
What's this now?
is an alternate ending
Oh,
of
fuck.
the Day of the Doctor. You heard it here first. A 50% exclusive of an alternate ending of the Day
Of the Doctor.
of the Doctor. When my computer's ready, let's do it.
Gentlemen, I have had 400 years to think about this. I changed my mind.
Wait a minute. Did we just change location?
Did you really just solve that with your sonic screwdriver? Yeah? Problem?
Conversating.
What did you just say? That makes no sense.
I don't know, it was just in the script.
Moffat!
Oh, see, this is good for me because I had a good writer. What have you done now? I reversed the polarity in the neutron flow. What do you think? But I already did that. Well, now we're confusing the polarity.
You guys are all bonkers. I know.
Oh, my Rassilon.
Could you just leave?
Excuse me?
Piss off, you scallywag!
Are you capable about speaking without throwing your hands about?
Yes! Wait, no, shut up!
Look, alright, just go, okay? Just go. Right, now Grandma's out the way. We've got to solve this, alright? We've got to.
What the hell am I wearing?
The costume department is just it's so bad, isn't it? God.
I swear this isn't even my costume.
Yeah, I think it's because like Nerf Reuse has a really bad budget.
Right.
Good. Just quickly though, before we start, why is Grandad a ginger?
Yes, I've always wanted to be a ranger.
Yeah, so have I.
Ah, coincidence.
Yeah. I know.
Has anyone found my Sonic?
No.
Whatever, stand shoes.
They're not sand shoes. Why? Oh. Alright, so now it's time to put our heads together and solve this.
Literally?
Literally.
Oh, okay.
So what if we got all 12 doctors to go around Gallifrey at the same time, at the same moment? All 13! Soz.
You know, we really shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I know, it could cause a paradox.
Which could cause a mega big explosion.
We could explode any second now.
Did anyone else just notice a bunch of plot holes?
Moffat! Look, the round things.
love the round things.
Handles! What happened? No. Hello, Stonehenge!
How lame were we? The end just had to be
So
there.
that's
Written by me, unfortunately.
that is that block of land now has a house on it. That's how old
Damn.
that
Well,
that
that's
recording is.
2013. That
Yeah,
is-
fuck.
yeah.
That's, I remember a teacher. We went back to school the next day, and a teacher was like, "I saw you guys all in bow ties and ties. What were you doing?" And
Can
we
you
were
say
like,
this teacher's name and I'll bleep it out?
"No, not."
Okay,
Yeah.
like the
Miss-
horrible
She was my year 6 teacher, and I actually really like her.
hag.
Okay. I like her. A lot of people didn't, but she knew how much I like Doctor Who, so I was like, I was always known as the Doctor Who guy at school, so...
You know what was great about this episode?
My back curtain.
The intro to Day of the Doctor, the old intro. You get Cole Hill from the start, like we said, and then the outro, all the Doctor's faces appearing in it. That stuff was awesome, right?
Even John Hurt, who's...
Even John Hurt's there. Well, he is. You can't take that away from him.
No, I'm not, but I'm also like, no one ever calls... Now, I mean, there was this argument, this dumb argument, where it's like, oh, we're supposed to call the 11th off the 12th now. It's just this stupid argument, so we always
don't.
call him the War Doctor.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm fine with.
I haven't got an issue with it. I'm just saying...
Why
like,
are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Stop complaining.
I'm saying that it's just it was kind of just imposed upon us, okay?
It was.
and we were supposed to just accept it, okay?
Did you just accept it?
I guess.
Well, there you go, mission
I
accomplished.
kind of fucking have to, don't I? Like,
Certainly do.
damn.
Would you like some more champers?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Get in here. Finish
Thank
off
you.
the bottle.
Crack a bottle open.
I thought we were just gonna do, like,
a double, double.
I thought we were just going to have like one glass, but then I was like, no, this is good. That's what I'm drinking the whole time.
Aiden's hitting it hard.
If you ever want a decent bottle of champagne, go for Monopoly.
Well, bit of a
hide and seek.
Bit of a spoiler alert. My dad has a bit of a shout out to another drink in this episode.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god! I forgot. I have another surprise for Connor. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to operate the camera in a second, so you're not going to hear me. But all I'm going to say is I've owed you this for a while.
Okay.
I'm going to go jump behind the camera now, and we're going to zoom in.
What do you mean?
Oh, look. This is the last you'll hear from me for a few seconds, listeners. And I'm going to give Connor a bit of direction, alright?
Okay.
Connor, when I tell you to do so, you're going to rise. You're going to go behind that sofa.
Take my
near where the
underpants
light
off.
is. Take your clothes off. Close your eyes.
And go in the fetal position.
You're going to look to the side of that sofa, alright? And you're going to grab something from the side of that sofa. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Do I do it now?
Give me a second. I got to operate.
Okay. Can I stand up and stretch my back?
You can.
Alright.
Okay, Connor. So...
Okay. Do you see me, one and all?
We
Hello,
see
Stonehenge!
Yeah.
You can't hear me. You don't do it now?
Yeah.
Under here?
Yeah.
Under here?
Yeah.
It's the fatigue. It's the fucking fatigue. Limited edition? It's limited edition. Let's go. It got the... There you go, we got it. Okay. This is limited edition, 50%, 100 eps. Oh my god, look at that. This is a 2019 convention limited exclusive edition of the Patink. Let's just say, I'm going to call it now, the greatest villain that's ever been in Doctor Who.
Well, now you have to because I bought it for you.
Better than Skongo. Thank you so much. The fucking Patink.
Because back in season 2 when we were doing the quiz...
Yes,
we were,
I technically won the Patink.
and I said, look, whoever wins... whoever loses has to buy the other person a
I'm surprised.
Patink.
I'm surprised we're still friends after that, because I remember that got a bit heated.
It did get very heated, didn't it?
I won by like 1 point.
And it was because I'd also been like, I wanted to make it more intense, so I like got rid of one of the ones I won or something. There was something there.
I remember when Dylan gave you the most obvious question, and then
you
I
the
got
hard
the
ones,
most
yeah.
complex, classic companion question or something like that.
Correct.
And I was like, this is bullshit.
I hate this show.
Aiden gets the most easiest question.
We'll
and
never
I
make it to
get-
episode 100.
I was like, I get this one. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
You finally got your Patink. It's Summer Comic Con exclusive, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
It's also so exclusive because I've written on it saying 50% 100.
Well,
and
you know what? I love it. Thank you so much.
I placed a $5 bid on eBay. I just saw it on eBay and was like, yep, $5 bid.
$5
And
for
then
the
$10
petite.
postage.
Well, there you go. And that's how great this 2019 Summer Convention limited edition exclusive Funko Pop of the Petite is.
There you go.
Look at that. That's amazing.
That's lovely.
Thank you
That's
so
amazing.
much.
All right, let's do a couple of our segments.
Okay.
And then we'll get through whatever aces you have up your sleeve. You said you have.
A single ace, yes.
A single ace, yes. I'm keen for this ace.
For now, yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
This is the segment where, look, we'll do it quick. We're going to talk about the silliness, the mistakes. You know, we've already talked about how you could see the ceiling of a set in one of the shots and stuff. But let's do Goof of the Week, where we're going to talk about the production errors very briefly. It's time for Goof of the Week. The only one outside of that big wide shot with the ceiling of the set in is the horse changing position in all of David's reverse when he's talking to Queen Elizabeth.
Yes.
His reverse, the horse is constantly changing. You can tell they've used two different takes and the horse is in a different position in both takes.
Okay. Is that what you got?
That's all I've got. What have you got?
Okay, I had two. I can't remember one. So one obvious one is that when they're doing the shot of Peter Capaldi in the TARDIS, it's Matt's TARDIS. Because you can tell the blue and the green outline when he's pulling down the lever. It's not like the orangey
So
kind
the
of
lighting's
tint.
a little different.
Yes, the lighting is different. Can I blame them? Not really.
No.
Also, I'm sure you probably know him behind the scenes when they filmed that whole Peter Capaldi cameo.
No, I have no idea.
Okay, well, we don't know. And that's another one. Okay, this is really dumb, but I'll explain it quickly. The Doctor there's a wall, Daleks, and the Doctor. There's a wall between them. The Doctor shoots no more onto the wall. He flies the TARDIS through the wall and smacks the Daleks. Here, boom, wall's still there. There's a shot of the Dalek looking at the no more sign, going, "What are these words?" So you're telling me the Dalek got flung and went, "Whoa!" over the other side of the wall and looked up at it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dumb, stupid.
There is a lot of that in this episode.
There
I
is.
think.
There's some weird editing in this episode.
There is, yeah. Yeah, that whole sequence has some questionable things. I feel like that reminded me of a goof that I've instantly forgotten about.
I hate that. I need to start writing them down. I'm surprised I remember both of them, to be honest. Especially when I drink, I forget stuff. Brain like a sieve.
Totally. Is that it then for you?
Yes.
All the main goofs?
Yes.
Totally.
Yes. I'm sure there's a few more, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. It's time to do Australia's second favourite segment where we're going to tell you the ins and outs. Well, there's a lot of stuff about this episode, so I just found a few big bits. We're going to talk about behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. So, originally, the only person that was signed on to do this episode was Jenna Coleman.
Not even Matt Smith.
Not even Matt was signed on
The
originally.
Doctor himself.
So Moffat wrote an episode called The No Doctors, and it was all about Clara. Because he was like, I'm fucked if they don't sign on. So originally... what's his name? Ecclestone said, Christopher Ecclestone. This is a quote from him. He said, "When I read the script, I felt that it was basically myself, Matt, and Dave riffing off of the fact that we used to be doctors. I personally didn't feel the narrative was strong enough, particularly for the 9th Doctor, because I had taken quite a lot of abuse in my own country when I left. As the show was being celebrated, I was being abused to the press, and that was hard to take and very confusing. So I looked at it and I thought, is this really the way I want to come back? And I decided that it wasn't. So,
he kind of said that recently as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a big thing of why Eccleston didn't want to come back. Totally fair enough, and Moffat was very receptive to this from what I've heard. And so Moffat was like, all right, I'll bring back a previous Doctor instead of he didn't have the War Doctor yet. Apparently it was the BBC that was like, no, we don't want a classic Doctor.
Okay.
We want you to create a new Doctor for it.
Okay.
So that's where the War Doctor was created. A bit of a combination of Moffat and the BBC.
Okay.
This is the first episode since the 11th hour to feature the tune's middle 8th section in the closing titles. Ta-da!
That's true.
Here's a quote from Moffat as to why they never showed the full regeneration into Christopher Eccleston, because we've seen online people have made VFX edits where the VFX goes all the way and they fully make Eccleston in the VFX in John Hurt's regeneration scene. Moffat says, it was one thing to include him among all the other archive doctors as they flew in to save the day. In fact, it would have been disgraceful to have left one out. But placing him in that scene might have given the impression he'd actually turned up for filming, which would have been crossing the line. Not taking part in the 50th was a difficult decision for Chris, taken after a lot of thought and with great courtesy. And not respecting his wishes would have been grossly unprofessional and disrespectful to a good man and a great doctor. Number 9 may not have turned up in the celebrations, but there would have been no party without him.
I totally agree with that. And I think it's a really respectful thing. Like we spoke about the other day where we were like, you know,
Moffat's a good bloke.
It would you know, it would have been odd if they did like kind of like pretend to like you do see it just briefly, like a little bit of a tint of Eck coming in. But
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Last little thing. At some point, the script had the posters for Peter Cushing's movies in the Black Archive. And they were going to be revealed as American adaptations based on the Doctor's Companion's account. But it was cancelled for budget reasons. I assume they probably had to buy the rights for the movie posters. They didn't have the budget for it. Which is like fair enough. I think in the novelization of The Day of the Doctor, I think it has it in there. But that would have been a cool little funny nod. Maybe we'll see them movies. Who knows? That's everything for behind the scenes. I think it's time now we talk about some fan reviews, shall we?
Aiden, that one, I love how the champagne's hit you. It's so funny.
Can you tell?
Yes, I love so much how you just like, you reading that by yourself. I can just tell in your head, you're like,
and
fuck. Like, I have to read this. Oh, it's just fat. I can see it. It's like a fat paragraph.
I know, I literally looked at him and was like...
There's no space in the paragraph, so you're just like... Yeah, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is the segment where we want to hear about your opinions. It's time for Just Twitter Tings! In the future, if you haven't already, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor. We talk about your reviews on there for the episodes. So, one here from James about the review for The Day of the Doctor. He says, that was actually the first episode of Doctor Who, fuck this champagne man, that I have ever watched. I didn't really understand what was going on sometimes, but it actually works quite well as an introduction to Who. There we go. That's quite good, isn't it?
Awesome.
Good response. Vinny was like, yeah, I'll post a review. And then I was like, you're going to post the review? She was like, yeah, I will. And it was back and forth for a bit about whether she was going to post a review. I also asked what your stories were about it, but we'll do her review first and then we'll talk about her 50th experience.
Okay.
Vinny says, I'm going to read this quick. This bloody episode, the hype is real. It's great. Getting DT back. She's such a DT fangirl. Thank you, Vinny. You're such a great part of the show. Back obviously makes me a happy gal. However, I am not all sunshine with the 50th, but I'll get my negatives out first. 1, I don't like how the 10th Doctor is excited at the prospect of saving Gallifrey when at the end of time, he is terrified that they could return because of how evil it was.
That's a really good point.
Seems like it just sort of wiped that all away. Totally fair enough. One thing on DT, we haven't talked about the hair. We don't need to talk about it. Everyone's talked about it. Vinny goes on to say, number 2, I think Billie Piper is wasted. Of course I want Rose back. Of course she does. God, wow. Vinny, you 10 Rose fangirl. Traveling with the Doctor. However, Moff said he didn't feel right about riding for her and the Doctor, as that's RTD's story. And I respect that.
Yeah.
So I can't be too mad. Still happy they brought her on board because of how iconic she is to New Who. There we go. That's fine. She then says, at the time, I thought it was the best thing ever. And I do think it's great even now. There's so many stellar moments. David and Matt work so well together. They do. Their chemistry is insane. She says, John Hurt brings us a new version of this character. We love and managed to absolutely sell him as the Doctor, despite it being his only appearance. That's very true. I think he did 1 or 2 big finishes before he passed away. I think
he did a few.
Yeah. And now they have a new actor doing it.
That was great because they showed that it actually shows that he actually really cared about being a Doctor.
Yeah. He came back for $5 for big finish.
$5.
I think finally getting payoff and seeing some of the Time War is amazing. Tom Baker's surprise appearance is flawless, even though I don't quite understand it. I don't think Moffat did. I think Moffat was writing it was like fucking...
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, right.
We'll
do it.
It's a beautiful celebration of a show we've all grown to love and care about. I think it does the 50th anniversary justice, and it is just a delight to watch from start to finish. Totally agree. Totally agree.
By the way, quick fun fact about Tom.
Yep.
He literally just got asked. They're like, don't say anything about Tom. He got asked, "You gonna be in it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm in it." Did you hear about that?
No, I never knew until it happened.
He's like, they're like, "Tom, don't say anything about you being in it." He's like, "Yeah, okay." He literally got asked. He was like, "Yeah, I'm in
You in
it."
it? Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So he got
That
leaked
is-
before that he was. So I knew he was in it, but it's still
One of the best things about the cinema experience was the fans' reaction to Tom being there. Everyone being like, "Oh my!" You hear the voice,
Yeah. Oh.
and it's like that is so recognizable.
That one
and everyone's
behind me.
like,
Who's he?
and then the shot of him. That's Tom Baker.
Oh my! My dad used to watch him.
Oh my days. Yeah. All right. So last little thing over on Twitter.
They're gone.
Well, we're going to talk about Vinny's little 50th experience. She says, "Boy, oh boy, I love it. So many good memories. We all know I am a sporadic Doctor Who fan. Falling in out... Fucking hell, I'm too pissed to read this shit, man. Okay, Connor's going for a piss. He clearly doesn't care about Vinny's 50th experience.
Hang on a minute. That's disgusting.
No, go urinate. Go
I
get it
hate
done
it.
with. Get it done with. Just me carrying the show, as always. Boy, oh boy, I love it. So many good memories. We all know I am a sporadic Doctor Who fan, falling in and out of love with the show regularly. However, in the lead up to the 50th, I was 100% in love. I remember hearing the announcement that my boy and Billy Piper were returning and just being overjoyed. The lead up is something I'll never forget. It's partially why I adore Series 7 with my whole heart. I remember the trailer coming out and being hyped. And the day of, myself and my dearest friend Jessica sat and watched all our favorite episodes in the lead up to the big 5-0. And we watched it live and it was insane. And I actually screamed when Capaldi's eyes flashed on the screen. Pure excitement. I feel that, sister. I feel that. I also remember there being a little live show on afterwards on the BBC One, I think presented by Zoe Ball. And it had some interesting past faces on Doctor Who. On such as Jake with the parallel world in season 2. Just everything about it felt so important, like I was witnessing history. That's true, and it was history. When Connor gets back, I'm going to talk to him about that live show that happened afterwards. In particular, about One Direction's hilarious appearance in it. But yeah, you brought up some great points there, Vinny. And thank you very much for that. There we go, Connor's back. Connor, I wanted to talk to you about the live show that happened after the 50th. I didn't watch this live. I don't think you did.
The One Direction one?
That featured One Direction. We're not going to do it justice. But
yeah,
I think you just need to search up Doctor Who 50th Anniversary After Show, One Direction. And you will experience the most hilarious 3 to 4 minutes of your life. I've never seen a live TV production go as wrong as this. And watching the actors' faces on the couch as everything falls apart with this production is one of the most hilarious things ever. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend's a massive One Direction fan.
There you go,
so
crossover.
I had to show her it. And I was like, you got to watch this. And she was like, oh my fucking God. Are you still reading this?
No, I finished.
I was going to say, okay.
No,
I hope it was good.
Keep explaining. It was good.
No, that was it, really. One thing I will say is that I've had to pee in Aiden's garden a few times, which I don't like doing. I'm always worried his mum will look out or something and be like, why is Connor pissing in my garden? And anyway, it's the first time I've done it when there's actually sunlight outside. So I had to be careful where I went because there literally would be people in their houses being able to see my pecker
pee-pee.
out. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Vinny, I think you brought a great point about watching it with your friend. I think them big moments of Who are so good with a mate. Like, we've got to watch the 60th together no matter what, you know?
Yeah, we will. We'll hate it.
And we'll hate it, and then we'll watch it at the cinema the next day and we'll love it.
Yeah.
Connor, do you have anything over on Instagram?
Do you know what, Aiden? I'm sorry to disappoint, but I really don't, really.
But I forgot to post.
No, I didn't forget to post. I posted this morning.
Classic.
Yeah, everyone loves 50th, 100%. People love it. And then just Xavier saying best crossover ever. Yeah, it's kind of sucks because people don't really fucking say anything about it. That's okay. Life moves on.
Life moves on.
Yes.
Okay, so Connor has some kind of ace up his sleeve.
I do.
There are some funny stories about what I know about it and what I don't. But we're going to experience it right now. I don't really fully know the extent of this.
I hope you don't mind, Aiden.
Let's do it. Are you going to make me edit this in?
No, I'll send you the... So we'll
just
watch
show me
it.
the clip. Show me the fucking clip.
We'll watch it. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it. I'm keen.
We're starting with the boy himself.
The man. The
myth,
himself.
The legend.
It's Dylan.
It's Dylan. You ready?
Let's do it.
Hello, sorry for the bad lighting. I'm literally just filming this on my iPhone. But yeah, I wanted to say well done on 100 episodes of the show. I've been watching since the very first episode, as you know, and I think every episode has been entertaining, which is a good thing. I would love to come back on sometime soon. And I saw just on Twitter that you just a second ago that you posted what are your thoughts on the 50th and what is your favourite memory, or what is a good memory from like the 50th year. I'm not going to talk about my thoughts on the 50th because I'm going to rewatch it and then write down notes and send it to one of you guys. But a memory I have from the 50th is actually on November 23rd, 2013, where my cat went missing for a good few weeks and we had no idea where my cat was, but then my cat reappeared on the same day that Day of the Doctor aired. And yeah, also Night of the Doctor was a big moment for me. But yes, yeah, cool. Hopefully you guys make 100 more, or don't, but you probably should. Okay, I'm going to end this now with a great rendition of the 50% Doctor Who theme song.
Hey guys, it's Jacob here. Congratulations on 100 episodes. I remember about a year ago today sitting down to do some uni work and I just wanted a Doctor Who podcast to listen to. So I searched on Spotify for some and I found yours, and I think you just released The Planet of the Dead. And so I went back to Rose, listened to them all, and yeah, it's been a great year listening to you guys. It's been so much fun talking to you and interacting with the podcast. So
happy 100 episodes.
Sponsored by Pure Blonde.
Sponsored by Pure Blonde.
Happy 100th episode. Hope you have a good one. You ginger fucker.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Aiden's mum here, Jane. Hi. Just like to wish you happy 100th episode. It's an amazing thing that you've done. Your passion for Doctor Who is absolutely brilliant. We love it that you're doing something that you really enjoy and you have fun doing it as well. The show's been a huge success for you both. Carry on the good work. Absolutely love you. Bye.
Hello, Aiden. Happy 100th anniversary special, dude. Great achievement. Love you.
Hey guys, just wanted to congratulate you on reaching 100 episodes, and I'm glad that I had a small part in it. Though we tend to disagree on some aspects, it's just nice that I'm included. Yeah. So, from a friend of the show to the show, congratulations.
Hi guys, Aussie lads! How the devil are we? I wasn't going to film this video from my car, but time has run away from me, so here we are in my car. I'm meeting a friend for food, but before I go in, I'm here to say congratulations on your 100th episode of your fantastic Doctor Who podcast, which you know I am a big fan of. Avid listener here, really enjoy you in my ear holes. And to mark the occasion, of course, you're talking about the 50th anniversary, which is such an epic story. I am trying to remember some bits. It's been a little while since I listened to it. I remember there was a big excitement about it here in the UK when it aired, and there was a lot of really good press, and it was really billed as a big thing, and it was huge. For me, it is a fantastic standalone adventure, but still somehow amidst the mythology of the episodes on the show that was surrounding it. Controversially, Matt Smith's era isn't my favourite, but I will say I think he's a fantastic actor and he did such a good job in this. I think that standout moments for me was certainly Capaldi's eyebrows, making that brilliant cameo. Loved that. Can't help but tear up when Tom Baker's voice is heard from off screen and he wanders on as the great curator, and he really was great in that. That was an amazing moment. And I actually really enjoyed as well the adventure in space and time and space. I always forget which order that is. The film, the biopic about William Hartnell and the creation of Doctor Who, and Matt Smith's cameo in that as well, which was aired around the same time, was also brought a little tear to my eye. How marvellous. But yes, enough about me rambling on. I think the 50th anniversary is visually stunning. I think it really does take a turn. It changes direction visually at that point, the show, and it's just stunning. And I'm actually quite a big fan of Jenna Coleman. I think she's really good as Clara, which again is a controversial opinion. Anyway, enough about me. Congratulations on your 100th episode of the show, or as we say here in South Wales, the original, you might say, South Wales, because there are other South Waleses available. Llongyfarchiadau, congratulations both. No, genuinely well done, and I hope to speak to you soon, and thanks for asking me to make this video. And if you ever need a Welsh voice amidst those Aussie accents, give me a shout. Thanks guys, speak to you soon. I don't know why I thumbs up. I have a terrible habit putting my thumb up on camera. I don't use my thumb in real life. Who uses their thumb in real life? Oh, fuck my life.
Just here to give a real quick shout out to my boys. As everyone would have seen on the episode I featured in, you probably know I'm not a massive fan of Doctor Who, but having said that, I'm incredibly proud of both Aiden and Connor for getting to that 100 episode milestone. It's a massive achievement, something they should both be incredibly proud of. I personally can't wait to see the next 100 more, and hopefully I'll get a feature again. Love you guys.
Hey guys, congratulations on 100 episodes. Welcome to the 100 episode club. It's good to see you guys here. You guys put on a great show. You're always lovely to be on the show and have me as a guest. I enjoy being on. You guys do a great job at recapping the show, and I think you're creating a great community and having a lot of fun while doing it. So I look forward to many more. Here's to 100 more, and here's for Doctor Who going forever, so you never have to stop the show. Okay, enjoy it guys. Cheers.
What's up? I'm James. I'm the guy whose back you see every episode in the Force poster. Happy 100 episodes, 50%. Keep doing what you do.
Hello, Connor at work here. Should I be working? Yes, I should. But I had this message which was written by Shane, who has been an amazing supporter of the show. So this is from him. Yo, so 100 episodes, been listening since Boomtown. Not sure how I found you guys, but I'm glad I did. Listen weekly almost the second it drops. Here's to the next 100. Alan Z. So yeah, thank you so much everyone who sent that in.
Yes, that's awesome.
We got a few more coming in, and I'm sure we'll edit them somehow.
1 hour later. Oh my god, Connor, your jacket just... What the hell? I swear you... What? Oh my god, his tits are out. Incredible. Connor,
I hate it.
Anyone... so I was supposed to show this to you during the show, but I completely forgot to do so.
Okay.
So this is actually... We finished the episode at the point of this.
Who knew?
The magic of film. So I'm going to show you something a little lovely by your dearest and most... sincerest.
Hey guys, congratulations on your 100th episode. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. The dedication you guys have for the show is amazing, and it's so cool to see the community you guys have built together. I can't wait to watch your future episodes, and well done.
Thanks, Kimmy. I'm sorry, I can't believe I fucked that up and I forgot to show you that in the actual episode. But
wow, that's beautiful.
That is.
I've been asking her. You know, it's so funny. We were gonna go lunch today because I was filming this, and I went out last night. I was doing lunch day, and I was like, "Kim, you gotta send a thing," and she walked away. I'm like, "Nicole sent one."
All right.
My beautiful girlfriend. Thank you, Kimberly. Very sweet.
We love you, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so lovely.
And now, back to the episode.
Are we?
We'll go back.
Let's go.
Connor magically is about to put his jacket back on.
I'll do this, ready?
In 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. So, yeah.
Are there lights in here?
Finally, thank you to everyone for doing that. That was awesome.
That
was a great surprise. The fans are queuing up outside the door.
Believe it.
Let's do this. All right, the fans are queuing up. The fans are queuing up. Let's bring
Can I actually can I be like a talk show host where I like shake your hand and sit down on the couch? Was this planned? No. I don't know where you would talk to, but how you been, Xavier?
I've been good.
Can
you hear me?
No.
No, we can't. It's been a long time since the Hyde review in late December 2021.
Yes, it has been. Well, the reason I'm here is because we're going to do a little celebration after.
We are going to go to the pub.
Yeah, we are,
Yeah, and so I was going to come anyway, and so I thought I'd gate crash a little early.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Gate crash is the word that I would use.
Yeah.
Episode ruined.
I got a new haircut for the occasion. So.
Oh, that's good. Just for us.
Yeah.
Just for us.
I'm turning the lights on so we can actually... that makes a lot of difference.
No, they'll light up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That is, though, pretty much almost everything for the episode, right?
It is, yeah. So, yeah, I do want to say, just briefly, so people were going to send in more messages, and we should get them by the time the episode airs. I think we said something about editing them in post. You chuck them in.
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
We'll chuck them in.
That's us to figure out. We'll figure it out.
If not, we'll figure it out in the next thing. But anyway, but thank you for everyone who sent them in. It means a lot. So
yeah, it's been great. And I appreciated seeing people that I've listened to the show, but never, never been able to see them before. Yeah, I love Mike's accent. That's my biggest takeaway from that. It was. I felt like I was watching an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like proper. That was Wales, right? That was Welsh.
That was Welsh. Yeah,
proper Welsh accent. So that was great.
Yeah. So honestly, thank you so much for all the love over the last 100 episodes. It's been absolutely. It's blown my mind, Aiden.
It has been a lot of fun.
It's absolutely fucking blown my mind. I've actually never thought we would ever get to the point we are today, where we are famous superstars who quit our jobs
to the Oscars
to do the podcast.
Everything.
Did you know that?
Even Zave's getting paid to be here.
We paid him good to show up for this cameo, which is great.
Stan Lee money.
That's it.
I wanted to thank my my podcast icon, the H3 podcast, Ethan Klein, for actually inspiring me every week to be a better podcaster and actually inspiring me to make this show as good as it is. He actually does mean the absolute world to me, and I love that crew. And thank you so much for literally inspiring me every day to do this podcast.
There we go.
And making it better. And thank you to my co-host Aiden, who edits every episode ever and is literally the reason why this show exists.
Get in there.
It's true. You're the reason this show exists.
Well, you were reluctant at first to reboot it.
Oh, fuck. I said in therapy yesterday, I never wanted to do it. I thought it was a terrible idea, and here we are, 100 episodes later, still doing it, and it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. So thank you so much, and yeah, I'm more than grateful that we ever got to do it, and it's going to continue.
For committing to it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been I think we've had some good laughs, and it's great after some hiccupy years here and there. To actually just have a good time with you.
Aiden and I used to hate each other.
I don't know if hate is the right word, but
it's pretty accurate. It's a pretty accurate word I'd use.
But it's been a lot of fun.
It has, yeah.
So thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who's watched and listened. There is 2 more things for us to do this episode.
Really?
2 more things. They're short. Don't worry.
No, I don't care about time restraints.
Out of 10.
Oh yeah,
and Dave, you can, without going into your opinion too much or anything like that. You can give
so
an opinion
be here for like 10 years.
Yes.
I'm just happy to be here, that's all.
That's okay. It's alright.
Connor, out of 10, what is your rating of the Day of the Doctor?
Definitely 8 out of 10, because I think that it's actually a really fun episode. And you know what? It's not great, and that's probably been a bit, polite, but I think 8 out of 10 is good.
Banging. Dave?
9.9 recurring.
Wow.
Oh, fucking
it's
hell.
It's not the best, but it does its job really,
what does that
really
even
well.
mean? Jesus Christ. Alright. Go on.
8 out of 10 as well, my friends. Bang.
We actually secured we always do this
vote.
whenever we get this. It was like a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the best, but it does its job. For me, it gets, like I said, a little in the second act. It's a little bit like, come on, let's get to the Doctor Who stuff. But yeah, 8 out of 10, which is a solid result, I think.
Okay.
And there is one last thing for us to do.
What's in the outro?
We've got to sing the outro.
Okay, you're quite musically talented. Get ready for this performance.
Yeah, you got to harmonize for us.
I'll give it a shot.
Also, I thought when we're done with the outro,
can we do full barbershop quartet and
Yeah, we can do that. Like the mem. I thought that
Aiden, you need to come around this end and we could go like
when we're done with the outro, I'm gonna down this Guinness.
Yo! Let's do it.
Which is a big thing, by the way.
That's huge.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
And a 1, and a 2 and a skilly diddly do. It's Aiden and Connor's podcast. They're doing Doctor Who reviews. 100 episodes, baby.
Doing Doctor Who reviews.
When you went into your dialogue and then you went back, you changed key and I was lost.
Yeah, well, you know, that's me.
Well, that's the code's off. Thank you so much. Whether you are listening to this as your first episode, or you've been listening for a while, or somewhere in between,
Or you're listening to it live.
or you're listening to it. Thank you, Dave. We do appreciate you all very much. Connor's down this beer. We're done. And guys, next week we'll round off the Matt Smith era with the Time with the Doctor. You alright, Connor?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's just a bit warm, isn't it?
We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Jesus Christ. 50% podcast.